Good morning, everybody. We're gonna wake you up. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down. I saw you peeking in the window. I bet you're wondering just what's going on. So quit your sneaking around. This is where you belong. And open up the doors now. Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down. This is my friend Jeff over here.
Now did you notice all the love around you? And did you hear all the voices raised in song? I hope you catch yourself dancing and singing along. So let your body move now.
Welcome to the temple. Welcome to the sanctuary. You don't have to worry, just come on in. Welcome to the presence. Welcome to the family. You know you don't have to hesitate. Just come on in. Come on in and sit down. To the beat now. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Come on in.
Come on in. Welcome,
Welcome,
welcome.
come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the temple.
Yeah, yeah. Welcome to the temple. Yeah, yeah. Come on in and sit down. Sit yourself down. You guys know this one. We come together as family. We come here as we are. Oh, we have come with all
We at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living acknowledge that we gather on the ancestral lands of the Cahuilla, Gabrielino Tongva, Kizh, and Luiseno peoples. We commit to live in right relations, to love our neighbors, to seek justice and loving kindness, and to walk humbly on this land. We recognize our oneness so that we decolonize our minds and set each other free from the pain of racism and violence to live better as God intended, in harmony with nature and with one another. So again, good morning. And welcome, everybody. I am Allison Berry, one of the licensed spiritual practitioners here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living, where love lives here. Yes, love lives here. Awesome. I am honored to serve as your guest host today while Reverend Jeffrey continues to rejuvenate on vacation. And I want to say hello to everyone who is joining us on our live stream today. We are so blessed to have you a part of this family and part of this celebration and service. And so welcome, welcome, welcome. And I do want to remind anyone who's in the sanctuary to please put your phones on silent so that we can have this time together uninterrupted. Before we go on to our beautiful congregational song, we have one special part of the service. One of our core values here at Riverside Center for Spiritual Living is that we love to learn. We truly highly value spiritual education. And so we've had some certificated classes happen over the past months, and I'm going to bring forth our beautiful teachers, Neil and Dinah, to announce and present certificates.
So I was going to say that Ernest Holmes said that we are a teaching order, not a preaching order, and for some reason this morning I get to be in both roles, so there you go. So we recently completed the Roots class, and I know not everybody is here, but I just want to presence and acknowledge these people for finishing this class. It is a deep dive and is not the easiest class to take here at CSL, so I just want to honor and support them on their educational journey. So if you are here, you can come up and grab your certificate. Mr. Douglas Owens. And I'm pretty sure she's not here. Jacqueline Robertson. And I know Laura Lopez is up at the new CSL camp having the time of her life. So we acknowledge her. And Kenneth Ennison. There we go. He's not here this morning either. Let's give them a big round of applause. And now my
cohort in crime. Or, wait, not crime.
Consciousness.
Consciousness, there you go. Sorry, that was a former life. Not really. Okay, so earlier this year via Zoom, I was honored and loved teaching mental equivalence. What I love about teaching classes is that it just helps to center me even more when I'm teaching. It's not really I guess it's more of a like journeying together than it is teaching. It's helping each other open our eyes to what we have to learn, and we all have it, even the person who's supposedly teaching the class. So I have Tamara Sibley, and I don't believe she's here today, but let's honor her. Anne Henning is, nope. Amber Holland. Come on, come get your certificate. Yes. Danny Young. Christopher Barbian. And Douglas Owens.
So congratulations, one and all. So now I'm going to ask you to stand, and we're going to do our congregational song, that really fun one, This Joy.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, let's see. I'm going to get my country on me here. I have to think about it. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Come on, y'all. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. You got it down here straight. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This strength that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. This love, you got it. This love that I have, what? Yes, this love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This love that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. Pride, ready? Here we go. Sing. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. Yeehaw! This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This pride that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. Here we go, peace. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. This peace that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. One more time, joy. This joy that I have. Yes, this joy that I have. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. The world didn't give it, the world didn't take it away. Woo!
I'm Constance Stringfellow, one of the licensed spiritual practitioners here at the Riverside Center for Spiritual Living. Practitioner Jeannie Katioka and I will be available for a brief moment of prayer in the prayer room located in the lobby. So please don't leave here this morning with anything on your heart. We would love to pray with you, and we absolutely know that prayer works. Now please allow the music to take you into the silence, followed by this morning's invocation.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wake to these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world filled with chaos
invite you to close your eyes if this is comfortable for you. And in the silence, connect with this divine presence, this one power, which is greater than all of us. I know that there's only one power, one presence in the universe. I know that it is infinite and eternal. I call it God. All that exists and was created is from this power and this presence, as an expression of infinite love and wisdom, intelligence, beauty, and so much more. I know I'm one with this divine presence. I cannot be outside of this presence. I can never be separated from this power. I can never be without the intelligence and the wisdom that created us from itself, and neither can anyone else. I know that we are one with this great power. We are a divine expression of all that God is, and I give thanks for that. I'm grateful for the animal kingdom. I see the divine in the animals, the furry, the fuzzy, and all the others. The world is home for an array of family, pets, and wildlife. And I honor their place in the world with love, care, and respect. I feel a deep connection with them. I express this to include all the creatures, land, sea, and air. All has an important part in our ecosystem. We learn from their unconditional love, as well as from their sharp instinct and their divine intelligence. I'm grateful for their sacred connection. God made all of us, domestic, wild, large, and small, and it was good, and God was pleased. Thank you, God. I bless our church family, the animal kingdom, everyone present here today, everyone everywhere. I know that everything is in divine order, and I release these words with love into the law, and I just let it be so. And so it is.
On the day we arrived on this planet, and blinking step into the sun, there's more to be seen than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done.
Some say eat or be eaten. Some say live and let live. But all are agreed as they join the stampede. You should never take more than you give. It's a circle of life. It's the wheel of fortune. It's the leap of faith. It's the band of hope till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life. Some of us fall by the wayside, and some of us soar to the stars, and some of us sail through our troubles, and some have to live with the scars.
It's too
Thank you so much, Jubel and Jeff. That was absolutely gorgeous and perfect for today. So I'd invite us to come together in consciousness for a moment as we say our focus statement together with great enthusiasm and joy. So together, we embolden people to live their highest potential through the transformative power of love. Fantastic. Love it. So I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker today. If you were here last week, he's no mystery to us, well known. He's our amazing ministerial intern, Neil Hayner. He's been a practitioner for 10 years. He's a senior at the Holmes Institute for Ministerial Training. And also, among this busy life of his, he works full-time as a fourth grade teacher extraordinaire. Yes, we love that he's in the classroom with these young people. And he took a lot of classes, both here at this center early on, and then his practitioner training at Greater Las Vegas CSL with Ed and Reverend Jeff. So he's well known and beloved to us with such a beautiful, beautiful consciousness. So please help me welcome Neil Hayner.
Thank you. All right. I love that circle of life song, but I feel like when I get up here, I should have a lioness or lion cub in my... I forgot to wear my safari hat this morning. Well, I'm honored and privileged to be here this morning. It's always a joy to be with the spiritual community and to try to fill in the very large shoes of Reverend Jeffrey. So I'm glad that you are here with me this morning. I do want to do a little shout out to Dinah and Jocelyn because our sound tech guy was not here this morning, so they stepped in lovingly to fill in. So let's give them a big round of applause. So the CSL theme for the year, of course, has been Living Everyday Wonder. We've been talking about how our spirituality intersects with all those various parts of our life, like work and relationships and emotions. And this week, or this month, we have been talking and focusing on the aspect of nature. If you were here last week, we talked a little bit about the spiritual principles of water, the wisdom of water, and what that teaches us about change and how we can be more mindful of the way that we flow through life. And if our thoughts and our words can change the shape of water, imagine what it can do for the rest of our life. So this week we're going to shift our focus a little bit, and if you haven't noticed, our media team's so awesome, everything is coordinated. We're going to be talking about the animal kingdom. And last week I was talking to a friend of mine, and she said, "Why are you talking about water and animal and nature in church? What does that have to do with the science of mind? What does that have to do with spirituality?" So just in case you might have that question in your minds, in his book, Living the Science of Mind, Ernest Holmes writes that the science of mind, which is the name of our philosophy, is built on the theory that there is one infinite mind, which of necessity includes all that there is, whether it be the intelligence of humankind, the life of the animal, or the invisible presence, which is God. In Science of Mind, we learn to have a spiritual sense of things, and we are able to discern the spiritual idea back of the physical symbol. The spiritual idea back of a physical symbol. That's a pretty good way to describe our philosophy. Now, I know that many of us are drawn to nature, to spend time in nature, even if it's just in our own neighborhoods. And I think that's because at a deep level, it resonates with us that same intelligence, that same love, that same pattern that we see reflected in nature is reflected in us. And it reflects the divine. That same intelligence behind water is the same intelligence behind us. That same intelligence behind all of the creatures, big and small, is the same loving presence behind us. It is all a physical symbol of a spiritual truth. Many cultures, many indigenous cultures, have recognized this and have some mythology and archetypes around animals. Their role in the creation of the world and the meaning of the messages that they bring into our life. I know as a fourth grade teacher that I often teach stories about Coyote and how he brought fire to humankind, or how mischievous he was and how he helped create things in nature. These stories are all around us and in indigenous cultures. They recognize the spiritual truth behind the physical symbol of the animal. The ancient wisdom tells us that to invoke the name of an animal or to take on its appearance is to invoke its gifts in your life and its energies into your tribe. And it's been my observation, I think I'm pretty right about this, that we all kind of have an animal that we have an affinity to. I was talking to a couple of my fellow practitioners this morning. One of them really loves whales, and the other one really loves hummingbirds. Now, I'm not going to tell you which one, because if you ever have an affinity for one of these, an animal, and you tell people, suddenly your life is full of their gifts. Have you noticed? So we all have these animals that we have resonance with, that are in our lives for a reason. And for me, in the early part of my life, it was wolves. Don't ask me why. Something about the fact that they could live on their own and in packs. And I had this like meditation tape that had the howling sound of wolves in the background. So I used to listen to it every night to fall asleep. Now, spiritually, according to the internet, which we know is never wrong, spiritually, wolves represent a desire for freedom and living life powerfully, guided by instincts. Now, I would say that's pretty accurate, considering I spent most of that part of my life either in a fight or flight state of mind. But nowadays, for some reason, I really have a thing for sea turtles. I used to watch sea turtles, and they're just like gently gliding along and going with the flow. Of course, I made the mistake of mentioning this to somebody, so now my life is full of little sea turtle figurines and really cool paintings and all sorts of things. And of course, since I mentioned this out loud, sea turtles now feature prominently in my Facebook ads and in my email. Don't you wish that everybody in your relationships was as good a listener as your phone and Facebook? Anyhow, so I have this thing about sea turtles, and I saw this ad for a really cool sea turtle painting, and it said, the wisdom of the sea turtle. And the wisdom of the sea turtle is to trust the flow. I like that. Not just go with the flow, but trust the flow. Be calm under pressure. Be at home in your own shell. Enjoy time alone. Spend more time at the beach. Travel at your own pace. And keep moving forward. I think that's pretty good advice for where I am in life, especially the spend more time at the beach part. I've been watching little clips of Crush from the Disney movies, and you go to like Disneyland and they have that really cool thing where the sea turtle talks to you. It's amazing. You guys should check that out. So this is all to say that the animals in our lives, whether real or just figurines and symbols, speak to a greater spiritual truth. We should pay attention to the animals that we attract into our life. I had a dear friend at one point who was a Cherokee Indian, And she would always talk to me about paying attention to the animals that cross your path just on a daily basis. I saw a coyote cross the street the other day, or you see a certain hawk or bird, that all those animals that appear in your life are there for a reason and to have a message for you. So the second little bit of spiritual wisdom I want to talk to you today about, all of our friends who are furry, fuzzy, slimy, and scaly, is the importance of diversity. You see, in the natural world, diversity isn't something that you have to form a committee about, or write a book about, or have a special day for, because diversity is the default. In nature, diversity makes you stronger. Diversity is the way of everything. There is not just one of anything in nature. Every species, every bird has its own color, its own sound. Every seed of a tree has its own unique shape. Charles Darwin, that's really where he got his theory of evolution, was noticing that birds' beaks were especially designed to eat the food that they ate. So if they ate a certain kind of seed or a certain kind of plant, that their beaks were designed perfectly for the food that they ate. Every form of life has its unique characteristics. And why does that work? Because while life might be competitive, it's not a competition. Every animal, every plant has things that it does well, things that it's perfectly adapted for. Every organism has a role to play, and every form of life has a unique niche. That's the scientific word. Has a unique niche, a specific role, a specific job that it plays within the greater ecosystem. Now, what if that was true for everybody in your life, in your personal ecosystem? What if every single person that's in your personal space and in your life is there for a specific reason and a specific role? All of life is designed to be able to perfectly do the job that it's there to do. You see, plants convert energy from the sun. Pollinators allow flowers to bloom into fruit. Prey animals keep the plants in check. The predators keep the prey in check. And the decomposers recycle it all and keep all of that energy flowing. It all has a role in our life. Speaking of decomposers, I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she's a environmental engineer, and she's been really focused on thinking about fungi lately, so I told her I would use this in my talk. Fungi, interestingly enough, are not plants or animals. They are so unique that they get their own kingdom. Sound like anybody you know? Fungi are amazing because they break down all that organic matter so that it can be used again. Not to mention, they let us make some very important things like bread, cheese, and beer. Fungi actually have these huge networks of things called mycelium that reach out into their environment, and they act like a nervous system. The mycelium find a food source, and they send a signal back through the mycelium back to the plant that says, hey, we need this certain kind of enzyme to break down this food. And that enzyme is then sent out to where it is needed. What if our culture, what if we truly embrace the idea that we all have a unique role, a niche, a job, which each one of us is perfectly designed to fulfill? You see, a wolf doesn't spend its time wishing it was a sea turtle. A wolf is a wolf. A sea turtle is a sea turtle. They all have their own special beauty. But how often as we as humans are always comparing ourselves to something outside of ourselves. I wish I was more like that person. I wish I had a house like that. I wish I had that job. I wish I looked like that. I wish I had that hair. The wolf doesn't spend time saying, oh man, I wish I was more like a sea turtle. You see, we are all beautifully and wonderful wonderfully made, just like fungi. And as long as you are on this physical plane of existence, you are here for a reason. You have a job to do. Third spiritual principle is connection. Animals remind us that we are all irrevocably connected. That what happens to one of us affects us all. Each month of the year, CSL has a book that goes along with the theme for that month. And the book this month was a book called The Secret Wisdom of Nature. And in that book, the author tells a story about how wolves can change the path of rivers. Wolves can change the path of rivers. You see, wolves affect the population of elk. And when in the 1930s and 40s, when all of the wolves were killed off, the elk population exploded. And elk love to eat the grass that is on the banks of all the rivers. And when they ate all the grass, erosion increased, and the rivers changed course. You see, wolves can change the course of rivers. What if we were all just a little bit more mindful of that what happens to us affects all of us? Would we make different choices? Even one small choice to be more mindful of our consumption, of the words that we use and how we talk to each other. How often that we water our lawns. The amount of plastic that we use in our life. Every one of those choices affects the rest of the plants and animals and critters on our planet. And just like all those plants and animals and critters on our planet, our first and most important job is to support life. Do the choices that we make, as much as possible, support the rest of life around us? Now, our ego might tell us that we are separate and above all of this. And animals, as far as I know, don't share that ego. They remind us that even if we choose to ignore it, we are connected with the rest of life all around us. Fourth spiritual principle. Unconditional love and joy and staying in the moment. Now, this principle may only truly apply to domesticated animals. I wouldn't suggest you go snuggle up with the local wildlife. I have a 18-month-old puppy named Timothy McGee. Yes, he is named after the NCIS character. And he is a bundle of joy and enthusiasm. I just kind of wish he knew when to turn it down. You see, he is always staying in the moment. He's playing and barking and chasing birds, and he reminds me that I need to take time for play and joy, even if it gets you in trouble sometimes. You see, he gets in trouble for stealing the pillows off of everybody's beds, taking them outside and playing his favorite game of keep away. But when he gets in trouble for that, he doesn't take it personally. He just goes about his day and finds another way to express joy in life and annoy everybody. Express the love that he is. Our pets provide us connection and love and remind us that staying in the moment and finding joy in our lives should be the top of our to-do list. Fifth spiritual principle is evolution. Ernest Holmes, the founder of our teaching, believed that all of life was a series of evolutionary steps. He said that consciousness sleeps in the mineral life, dreams in the plant life, awakens in the animal life, and comes to full self-consciousness in human beings. While we may all be self-aware and conscious, we are the only life that we know that is self-aware and conscious. That doesn't exempt us from evolution. All of life is constantly evolving towards more and more consciousness. And I like to believe that when we leave this physical plane of existence, that we become consciousness itself. All of life is constantly asking itself, is what I am, is what I'm doing serving me? Is it serving life? Because you see, that which does not support life is eventually self-eliminated. The difference is, according to Holmes, is that we have the freedom to consciously co-create, to consciously evolve or not. We can be conscious co-creators with life, both allowing life to shape us and guide us, and us deciding what we want to claim and name and how we want to affect our life. We have the ability to choose to evolve, to be more mindful, to be more conscious. We humans like to think that we are the most intelligent species on the planet, but we have a lot to learn from all the forms of life around us. All the beautiful and diverse forms of life have a role to play, a unique spirit, and a unique way to express spirit. So, as we close up our talk this morning, this week I invite you to be mindful of the animals and the animal spirits in your life. Practitioner Jeannie this morning did a beautiful meditation about the lessons that we can learn from all the scaly and fuzzy creatures in our lives. Recognize them as divine expressions, physical symbols that have a spiritual truth behind them. Just by being mindful and grateful would go a long way towards shifting our consciousness. So in closing, the Franciscan monk and conservation biologist Gary Nabon writes this. He says, "What if all of creation is the most palpable expression of our Creator's generosity, sense of wonder, and commitment to diversity? What happens if we begin to include the fungi, the flowers, the butterflies, and the flocks of wild geese as our neighbors, our family, and of our Creator's expressive face? Whenever," he continues, "whenever any of us feels gratitude for all of Earth's creatures, we have become more fully present, more fully alive ourselves. Even the furry, the fuzzy, the slimy, and the scaly ones. And so it is." And so I invite any of the practitioners, board members, or ministers who might be with us this morning to join me in prayer. And just from this place of stillness, that we seep in spirit, recognizing that it is all that there is, that it flows and moves and has its being as every form of life. We are no exception to that. We are the living, the breathing, the conscious creation of a conscious spirit, a reflection of a divine and perfect pattern that is behind all of life. God, presence, Great Spirit, is all that there is. And we live, move, and have our being as divine's expression of that one. And so knowing that that is true and standing in my power this morning, I speak my word for each person here this morning, knowing that whatever feels like it's lacking in your life, it is present right here and right now because God is present. I know that each one of us is on a journey to be more mindful, more conscious, more connected with all of the life around us. I know that wherever there is a feeling of lack or limitation, that feeling is now dissolved back into the light that knows no opposite. And I'm so deeply grateful for this place, this philosophy, this teaching that helps me be a more conscious and mindful member of the living community around me. And in that gratitude, I release this word into the law, knowing that it does not come back to me void, but fulfills everything that is planted into it. And if you agree with any part of this affirmative prayer, I invite you to say with me, and so it is.
Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a day that I could give you, I give to you a day just like today. If I had a song that I could sing for you, I sing a song to make you feel this way. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine on my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the water looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. If I had a tale that I could tell you, I'd tell a tale, sure to make you smile. If I had a wish that I could wish for you, I'd make a wish for sunshine all the while. Sunshine Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry. Sunshine on the waters looks so lovely. Sunshine almost always makes me high. Sunshine almost all the time makes me high. Sunshine almost always.
Thank you so much, Jeff. Thank you so much, Jubel. Just awesome. Okay, so I'd like to invite our beloveds in service to come forward. Collecting this morning on behalf of the congregation are Cindy Lambert and Frank Conley. And receiving on behalf of the congregation is practitioner Jeannie Kataoka. Your conscious contributions do help us to continue all the wonderful work that we do at this center. And as you well know, one of the easiest ways to do this is text to give. Just send a text to 951-419-5858. And the other way to do it is to go onto our website, riversidecsl.org, and click in that upper right-hand corner under Contribute. You can do so there. And of course, in the sanctuary, the more traditional way is to drop your contributions in the baskets as they come around. So we absolutely are truly grateful for your ongoing generosity. And now I invite you to place what you're giving over your heart, and let's say this affirmation together. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. Oh, I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. Oh, I'm so grateful.
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 I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful. I am so grateful.
Beautiful. So I want to call Dinah up for a very special announcement.
Oh, I'm not sure I'm going to get through this without crying a little bit. In fact, I already am. I am so grateful to announce that our beloved Jeff Ricka, this is his last day for a year. He is going to go. I'm not grateful for us. I'm grateful for him. He's going to be going and working in Las Vegas. So living the dream. And I am so grateful, and I know we are all so grateful for the beautiful gift he has given us of being here and singing with us and inspiring us, and just, he's such a gift to our community. And we have a gift for him so that he can take with him. He can take us with him. There's a couple of cards that people have signed in here, and a few other items to help you remember us and have us with you while you're in Las Vegas. And I do know that he is going to come back and visit periodically over the year. So we're excited.
Thank you for welcoming me into a world of love that I've needed for a while, so thank you so much.
Hooey. All right. So that's really, we're so happy for you, and kind of sad for us, but we're still very happy for you. It's just outstanding. Oh, well, cool. So we only have, it is just all meant to be. That's awesome. I love it. So you can join us after service in hospitality for ice cream, and then you can give your personal well wishes and hugs to Jeff at that time.
And we have a selfie wall, too.
Okay, and yes, and wonderful gratitude again to Dinah and Jocelyn. They came yesterday and decorated the whole ice cream thing in Johnson Hall, and so they're pretty outstanding. So we'll have some fun, and I see a couple of you wore hats. I didn't, but there you go. Yeah, thank you, Dinah. So anyway, we're going to have fun and eat ice cream together, so what can be better than that? Now, next Saturday night is movie night. It is downstairs in the community room. Doors open at 6:30. It starts at 7. It's only $5, and it's a wonderful fundraiser for our upcoming, what the heck is it called? The 80th Gala. I'm just not here today because I'm so sad you're leaving, but there you go. That's my excuse, but so anyway, so please come out, and it's unlimited popcorn, and we're going to have a great time in community together and discussing all the spiritual intricacies of this amazing film that we can't tell you what the name is, but trust us, it's fabulous. So come out for that. Also, the morning of next Saturday, the 27th, from 8 to 11, is our cleanup day. Keep Riverside clean and beautiful. We're cleaning Ward 1 together. Jeannie, are we meeting here, or?
No, meet over at Fairmount Park, use the Redwood Street entrance.
Okay.
Check in at 9:08.
Okay. Redwood Street entrance. We're going to have this in a midweek announcement on the Connect magazine, all the details. But it's from 8 to 11, and we just love to make our community more beautiful, and it's another way that we can work together in community. Now, let's see. I've numbered all of these. Okay, Reverend Victoria's class. Oh, no, Furry Friends, sorry. Furry Friends, food drive. You have one more Sunday to bring in canned and dry food for pets. This is a fundraiser, well, not a fundraiser, but a drive with our community partner, Mary S. Roberts Pet Adoption Center. And we just want to keep those beloved companion animals while they're in the shelter fully fed and nourished and all that good stuff. So bring your food in next Sunday. Do it, right? Okay. Now, next is Reverend Victoria's class. She has designed a class called Noble Elders, Awakening to Soul. It's from September 14th to the 19th on Wednesdays from 10 to noon right here at the center. Go onto our website, What's Happening, because she has a detailed description of what this is all about. It's all about inner work to progress and evolve. You know, it's not necessarily only limited to elders. Yeah, I could go, but anyway. It's not Dinah, but she'll come. So anyway, but she has a beautiful write-up about it. So she's traveling the next 2 Sundays, but she'll be making an announcement. But check it out and go register for that because it really sounds amazing. And then, let's see, we're participating in the Pride Festival that's in downtown Riverside, Sunday, September 4th. You can sign up to volunteer for a shift at our table that we're having there. It's at the Municipal Auditorium in the afternoon, is it? Well, we don't know that, so. 1 to 9, okay. So let's be part of that as a community. And now I'm going to call up Frank. He's going to run down the aisle because we're trying to get this done. He's going to talk to us about the fish fry. Yes, he is running, and how we do tickets and what we do. Here we go.
Church family, wake up. All right, so it's time for our annual fish fry, but as you all know, the fish fry is also a fundraiser for the church. So this year, tickets are $10. The fish fry is going to be on September the 18th. We'd ask that you please fill out one of the flyers so we can get an idea of how many tilapias we need, how many catfish we need, and how much vegan food we need, right? So you can also, if you can bring us side dish, salad or coleslaw, whatever you like. And if you would like, you can contribute some money. Okay, we're running short this year because we haven't had our men's meeting because of COVID. And so we need, extra money. As you know, inflation has caused the fish to go up. I think the fish are running away because they don't want to be caught. But anyhow, please sign up. We'll see you soon.
Great, thanks, Frank. And upcoming in September, we've got Brush and Brunch from 10 to 12 on September 24th. That will be where we get together and we do some painting together of our beautiful stained glass window and the symbol there, and it just sounds like lots of fun. So you can register for that on our website. And last but not least, we've been sending out notices to you about this, but we're taking part in another class called Manifest More Money. It's going to be given online on Thursdays beginning September 1st. And you can see more information about that. The cost is $189. It's going to be all about sort of improving your and healing your relationship with money and moving forward to manifest all those things that are so part of your dreams. So take part in that, read up about it, sign up, and that's just around the corner. And for everything else, just go online on our website on the What's Happening, because we update that continually with lots even more detail than I'm giving you right here and now. And check that out. Lots of wonderful things happening in this community. And so now I'm going to invite you to please stand for our affirmation and the benediction. I'll say the affirmation first, and then we'll repeat it all together. I embrace all of life, including the fuzzy, furry, and tiny. So together, I embrace all of life, including the fuzzy, furry, and tiny. And please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It is this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it. I share it. I receive it. And I move love forward. Because love lives here. Happy Sunday.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, share it, receive it, and I move it forward because the love lives here. Love lives here.
Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It's this thing called love. Love is in my mind. Love is in my body. Love is in everything I do. I am it, I share it, receive it, and I move it forward because love lives here. Oh, love lives here. Have a great Sunday, you guys. Go have some ice cream. When the world gets you down and you're feeling lonely, when you can't find the truth or find your center, there are many here who gather together. Oh, unconditionally, we love each other, and the scars that we see, we breathe it in together. We'll hold you up with grace. You know that
Love lives here. Love lives here. My soul breaks free. I'm so excited to be united with you. Where love lives. Where love lives.
take it, Jeff.
When life lets you down, you can see the future. When it all seems too much for you to handle, there are many who unconditionally, we pray together, and the hurt that you feel will be set free. We breathe it in together, we'll hold you up with grace. We know that love lives here in you and me. Love lives here, my soul breaks free. I'm so excited to be united with you.
Where love lives.
Love lives here.
Where love lives.
Love lives here.
Yay! Bye, Jeff. Bye, Jeff. I love you, Jeff. Bye. Come back. I have to sing by myself. No. love.